Pulinanandji.
Jai Satsang.
So, Pulinan, can you do three mantra Lalita Ben just follow?
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Variantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam.
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam.
Eso Panchana Mukkaro.
Eso Panchanamukkaro.
Sauvabhavapanasano.
Savvapavapanasano.
Manglanancha Savvesen.
Manglanam cha Savvesam.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand, Mahatma. Last time we had introduced about what is done, what is Purusharth, and we talked about Agna number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and then we dwell on Agna number 1. And we were supposed to follow Agna 1 and share our experience. Is that, Pulinanandji, that's summary?
Yeah, what we said was basically Agna 1 and 2, they go together, and we discussed and gave some tips that to form up these two Agnas, Mahatmas would be doing Purusharth throughout the week of seeing Shudhdhatma in whomsoever they meet, and taking a conscious effort to see Shudhdhatma. By relative viewpoint, the packing anyway will be visible to the eyes, that my son has come, or the servant is there, or tree is there, or dog is there. But seeing the Shudhdhatma using that Divya Chakshu or divine sight, so that was the Purusharth, so that the application of seeing Shudhdhatma gets formed up. Now, anyone has any experience to share? We did give a few tips that resolve very strongly that when I get up in the morning till I retire at night, I'll be seeing, I will grab every opportunity to see Shudhdhatma. That is, you're just watching out of the window and you see some tree, so see Shudhdhatma in that. You're going out for shopping, see Shudhdhatma. That was this thing. Then one additional thing we said that when you're going out, before you leave home, you make a mental adjustment that Dada, I'm going out to see Shudhdhatma and will also do the work that I have decided to do. We go to the bank or grocery or meeting some people. So normally we just have a list, I have to do this, this, this. But reverse it, mental reversal of priority. Like I'll be seeing Shudhdhatma, I'm going out to see Shudhdhatma and will also do the work, not do the work and see Shudhdhatma. So that it gets a little higher priority. Vyavasthit will anyway execute the worldly activities that you have set out to do. And application of this use of the Divya Chakshu to see Shudhdhatma is the Purusharth. And I tell you, it works wonders. It works wonders. You decide and leave home, and you have a heightened Jagrati or heightened alertness, and you'll be seeing Shudhdhatma. And the work also that you set out to do will flow very smoothly. And even if it doesn't go as per your plan, you will not be upset. You will equanimously take This is where I sit. So that was the Purusharth given. And any experiences for people to share. Because you see, this basically we had started this group for new Mahatmas who got initiated in year 23 when Aptaputras were there. And there was a demand in the group Guru Purnima that we do something for the newly initiated. And that's how this group has been formed and the satsang is being taken care of, or is being organized. So we thought we would structurally go about the Agnas so that they get formed up for the new ones. But apart from one, I don't see many new Mahatmas.
No, Shalya Ben is there, Lata Ben from Chennai is there.
Yeah, Lata Ben I see. Saila Bentu is she's veteran now. She's been there for so many
No,
years.
she took a Gnan in Guru Purnima.
Guru
Acha.
Purnima.
But I'm seeing you on the Zoom since many months.
Yes,
She has
yes,
been
even before the Guru Purnima, yes.
In fact, I've answered many of the questions in the box.
Oh, yes, I'm still trying to practice. About what you said, yes, I can. I try with these little baby steps, small things, trying to see Shudhdhatma, like you said, when you head out and you try to see Shudhdhatma, even before you go out, you try to see the Shudhdhatma in everything that you see out there. It doesn't
Can you pin her also, Rajni bhai, so that I see her face?
Oh yeah, now I can. She just turned on the video.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see you very clearly.
Yes. Okay.
Please.
So I'm able to see in those small, it's still very small baby steps, but especially when I'm not well and I'm feeling very unwell, then I slip a little bit. I don't, it doesn't come immediately. I have to remind myself. So during the course of the day, I would say maybe a couple of hours I'm able to do it, practice it, but I'm trying to do this every day.
Perfect. This is the way it will be. This is the way it will be. So
steps.
yes. This is the way. Exactly, this is the way. And gradually, you will get a hang of it, or you get a grip of it, and then you will enjoy it also.
Yes.
And if this is carried out over a period of time, then it'll get inbuilt. And it's naturally, as you see out, when you go out, you will start seeing Shudhdhatma also parallelly. You won't have to take efforts to see. You see.
Yes. Right now it's still an effort. Yes.
Yeah, right now it will be an effort because this is the beginning. Like you beginning to learn bicycle. So initially you have to practice. Or when you learn a car, especially the ones with gear, where you have to practice. Then the dropping of those gears becomes subconscious.
Yes.
Unconscious rather, it becomes automatically. So that's true. Dada Bhagwan had also said that you must make a practice. Good. Very nice. Carry on. But now let me tell you, did you get an opportunity? To do this practice, say for a longer period, say 30 minutes, 40 minutes time? That happens
I
only
try
when
to. Like I said, some days when I'm feeling totally fine and like when I'm having any kind of not illness but any pain or anything, then I get more distracted, and my focus is not on this.
I'm asking another question. My question is different. My question is, pain or no pain, suppose, have you been able to do this Purusharth for 30-40 minutes at a stretch?
30-40 minutes, no. So far I haven't, I'm being honest. I can do it like short stretches. Let us say even 15 minutes and all I've tried. But I don't think I've managed 30-40 minutes.
Okay, fine. So it's fine. So 15 minutes, so 15 minutes.
That much I'm able to.
Then what was your experience after 15 minutes, if any?
It is definitely, I feel very calm. And I'm able to, like I said, I'm able to see the cilia as some definitely I'm able to see a separate cilia doing this or whatever, going through her thing, and I'm able to, after that, doing 15 minutes of constant this thing.
So it's very good, na? Never have you feel this is an instant meditation, you become very calm. Basically, we are connecting to our true self, na, Shudhdhatma. So that is what calms, Otherwise, there's a constant mental chatter going on inside the mind, and then a lot of opinions will be formed, and he is this and he is this, or we will be thinking about the future, I have to do that and all,
Yes.
this and that. So all
Yes.
subsides, all that is silent. So that is the peace. And
Yes.
peace that you are not the doer. You see, the whole thing is you're not the doer. So the intellect is absolutely reined in, it's not
But
functional.
yeah, for me, of course, because just the beginning, when even like if there's a lot of activity during the day, so then there's a lot of breaks in this. But when there's not much, when I'm just working and there's not much on my list that day, then I feel very calm and I'm able to do it for a longer period.
That will happen. That will happen. What Dada said was, okay, when there are files, then it may be a little challenging to begin with. But when there are no files, it will be very easy. So we start with the easy, and then what will happen is, even when there are files, this will help you. If not at that point of time, when you're in the heat of the work, we're actively busy. But just either pause moment in the work, now that Shudhdhatma will come in.
Okay.
That I'm the pure, I'm Shudhdhatma. That will just happen. Like for example, if I'm when I was working in office, then when I'm working, I may not remember. But the moment I go up to the washroom or have a drink of water to the cooler, then immediately that I'm Shudhdhatma and Shudhdhatma seeing happens. So that's natural. That's perfectly all right. Anyway, so the point I was trying to derive from your experience was that if you see Shudhdhatma, anything 15 minutes plus to say an hour or 50 minutes, 50, the next 1 hour or so will go very blissful.
Yes, definitely.
Go blissful. I mean, something will pop up in the sense either you will have very pleasing thoughts, or you'll be speaking to someone who has pleasant things to say to you. In short, there will be happiness. Non-sensory happiness. You have not eaten anything, not watched a movie, not worn good clothes, not heard good music, but still there is happiness.
Sense of, yes.
And this
satisfaction. Yes.
And this happiness is the happiness of the soul. It's a very, very big thing, very, very big thing, this first two Agnas. And this is just a trailer or a cursory feeling of the infinite happiness the pure soul is in. I am the source of infinite happiness, which is Anand Sukhno Dham Chu. This is just a little trailer of that. That if you are engaged, or if you are, if I may use the word, connected to the pure soul, when you are seeing Shudhdhatma, you are in Shudhdhatma state. So you are sort of tapped into your own soul, and then you are getting that bliss, you see. So if that, as that enhances, the duration enhances, the inner happiness will come.
Yes.
So that is the import, or the very most learning from practicing the first two Agnas. There are other fallouts. There will be no opinions, then there will be no, intellect will be silent. Even if work doesn't happen, you will take it gracefully. You may not see the other person at fault when you see the Shudhdhatma also. There are many other fallouts, but the primarily is this bliss. And when after seeing this for an hour or so, and then when you set out to do any work, the quality of output will be far better. Whether you're cooking meals or doing some household chores or doing some intense mental calculations or some planning and all those things will be sorted out very quickly. You will have a very sharp acumen, and because of which you will be able to do it smoothly and accurately. This is another fallout. As I say, what 4 hours work you will finish in 3 hours. It's a heightened alertness of Jagrati.
Awareness, yes.
So good experience. So good. Continue, please continue.
Yeah, of course. Have to try.
This is something like, yoga or breathing.
Constant.
Till it becomes, it happens automatically.
Naturally, yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah.
Yes,
nice.
Satchidanand.
Yes, Lataji.
Lata Ben?
Yeah, Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
See, first 2 days, it was, I was deliberately trying to see Shudhdhatma in everything. And even when it slips back, I keep reminding myself, I made a lot of effort. But then what happens is, it is like make an effort and I slip back, make an effort. That's how it was. It's not as though continuously I could do that. And, you know, like, but one thing which happened to me is I'm learning not to judge people. I'm not, you know, like immediately, you know, if I feel like saying something, I stop, I don't say it. I hold it and I don't judge people, which I'm trying to practice. It's small steps, and that is where I am. I'm deliberately kind of, you know, practicing, saying that, you know, there is Shudhdhatma. But one thing which happened to me is I've been always looking at, you know, inanimate objects like plants and all that. I couldn't really relate to that as Shudhdhatma, but I'm trying to deliberately try and do that. That's the other thing. It's a journey, which is a slow journey. I think I would start practicing. I mean, I would just go ahead in that. That's where I am at the moment.
Perfect. You see, to simplify matters, what I will suggest is that in case you go out for a morning walk, or if you're not going out and you go for shopping or something, make try some activity or some reason where you are, even if you go and sit in a park and see all walkers, people who do walking, and just keep seeing Shudhdhatma one by one, one by one, by one. Or you sit in a balcony and see how even by people walking on the road or something. Spend time where you get to see a lot of people and then see Shudhdhatma in them one by one, slowly, no hurry. If there are 40 people coming, you don't want to see in all 40. As your eyesight falls on each and every individual, to whomsoever your eyesight falls on, just see the Shudhdhatma within, that's all. I bow to the Shudhdhatma within, I bow to the Shudhdhatma, that's all, simple. That you do it for 15-20 minutes. That is a practice, okay? And that practice,
Yes.
then you will, it'll happen easily. That effort portion will reduce. You think you are trying.
I get that. Yeah.
Judgmental part was, you see, that is because being a very educated and learned person, the buddhi is very sharp, you know, the intellect is very sharp. As a result, what will happen is that judgment will just pop up. We are used to it. It's ingrained into us. So by seeing Shudhdhatma, essentially, you are diverting your attention from the Prakriti. Otherwise, before Gnan, when we see any person, automatically we see the Prakriti and opinion attached with the Prakriti. He's good, bad, lazy, he'll not be noisy, he or she will do this, or he or she will do that. So now that there are brakes put on that, because you are also seeing Shudhdhatma. So you are slightly diverted from seeing the Prakriti. And that is what brings little non-judgmental aspect. Judgment has not stopped. Seeing the Prakriti has stopped, so the judgment has stopped.
I understand. Yeah, you're right. That's correct.
But that is true. By seeing Shudhdhatma, that is a secondary advantage. All opinions that we have attached with each and every person or event, for that matter. I go by this road, I'm going to get a lot of traffic. I will go for this shopping, there'll be a lot of people. So although we are always used to opinions in situations and people. Now that is what there'll be breaks put on such things. It was to begin with, starting with people, because you are seeing Shudhdhatma. And when we move to the third Agna, then even that situational opinionation, forming of opinions will subside.
Yeah.
So
I get that. Yeah.
incidentally happened to be less judgmental, that is fine. But for the time being, do this practice for the time being.
Sure, I'll do that.
So the first two Agna, and when we come to the third Agna, this will also be taken up.
Okay.
And initially, while doing this, if that happens, not a problem, nothing wrong. But we are doing a structured Purusharth. So this is the suggestion. Then rather than pull back and we miss out seeing Shudhdhatma. So what you could do is, or all of us in the group, is periodically, say every 1 hour, 2 hour, or middle of the day, afternoon, noon, whenever, just sit back and recall those faces where you have not seen Shudhdhatma.
Sure.
Just do a mini flashback that you woke up, you spoke to this person, met that person, this. How many people you met? Just see their faces and say, and see the Shudhdhatma, or do Namaskar to the Shudhdhatma within them. So the Purusharth is now for the coming week, in addition to making a structured effort to see Shudhdhatma, then wherever you miss out, afterwards you see the Shudhdhatma, any part of the day, afternoon, evening, night, all the faces. So it's a sort of a revision or action replay type.
Sure.
And then, time permitting, do a mini Purusharth. The third Purusharth that I'm suggesting is do a mini Purusharth, that sit with eyes closed and do a structured Samaik. Do a structured Samaik of seeing Shudhdhatma, means you close your eyes and recall faces of your immediate family members and friends, neighbors, whomsoever you meet. Gradually widen the circle, and just see the face and Shudhdhatma, and bow to the Shudhdhatma within. That's all.
Sure.
Practice with eyes closed. The first Purusharth was practice with eyes open. You go out for a walk and just make a conscious effort to just see Shudhdhatma. And this is the Purusharth that I'm other suggesting is eyes closed Samaik of seeing Shudhdhatma.
I'll do that. Yeah.
This is for you, and not only you, for the entire group. And this is the Purusharth to firm up the first Agnas, as a habit formation, if you necessary.
Sure.
And whenever you go out, I'm not going out to do work, I'm going out to see Shudhdhatma, and we'll also do the work. Then
Okay.
another thing which will enhance this Purusharth is that talk to yourself and tell you have been enjoying all the worldly stuff, all the five senses and all. Now for a few months, just focus on seeing Shudhdhatma and give that enjoyment lower priority. Higher priority to see Shudhdhatma, and then you're going out for a dinner or something, higher priority to see Shudhdhatma, and then eat food. You have made merry.
Okay.
You tell file number 1 that you have made merry over infinite life cycles in only this 5 sensory happiness. Now for 2 months or 1 month, just give low priority. I will see Shudhdhatma. And
Okay.
you eat. And I will see Shudhdhatma and eat dosa and eat pani puri and eat pizza, whatever. But first I will see. So this is just reversing priorities, to giving more weightage and importance to this.
Okay. I'll do that. Yeah.
That also is one of the. So I'm giving 2 new Purusharths this week. Eyes closed, Samaik, as well as then telling that more priority to this, low priority to worldly pleasures, finances. Apart from, of course, making a structured effort to see Shudhdhatma everywhere. Wherever you miss out, see it afterwards. So I'm adding 2 or 3 more Purusharths so that the form of the Agnas. First 2 Agnas.
Okay.
Good. Nice. Anybody else want to say anything?
Deepakanandji, you want to add something?
My audio was out, so what was it about exactly?
Okay,
I heard
okay.
the conversation, but what was the exact question? Hello, Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
What was the question? I heard the conversation.
Deepakananda, we'll go with the second one and then you can teach in later.
No, I said I heard the conversation, but what was the question? Because I missed the question.
There was no
How
question. No, there was no question. She said that I become non-judgmental. That's all. She said I become non-judgmental.
No, that was Lata's question. I'm not saying that. But we started with Agna 1 and 2, right? Fine, go ahead.
So, anyone else? Anything else to say? Yeah, Kirtiben.
Kirtiben?
Jai Sachidanand, Pulinanandji, Deepakanandji, Sarvama.
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Regarding the first two Agna, relative viewpoint and from relative and real viewpoint, this is what helping me in my life. And I think we talked about that before. And I'm practicing that from first you decide in the morning, I mean, all the time that
You're breaking.
I can hear you very clearly.
Kirtiben, your sound is not clear. Maybe you may need to close your video or something.
No, it's coming out okay.
Pulinanji, we can hear her clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Acha, then maybe something is wrong with I close my video.
Yeah, it is okay.
okay, so what am I doing in the morning or all the time? This is what my decision that I ask Dada Shakti, give me the strength to see relative and real in all the files, whoever come in contact with me. That is why my determination strong. And then I'm focusing whatever comes in front of me. Sometimes it tells me, that they are this and this. I accept that, and then I go further, and then I clear it. I make it that way. That is just they are not the karta. They are just happen to be there for me, and that's helping me. And also focusing on my concentration, like that I want to see the Shudhdhatma. I want to see akarta. And when I do all my small little activity like eating or going for a walk, or when I just make sure I focus that like when I'm eating, I do my little prayer that Shudhdhatma Bhagwan, give me all the strength. Relative viewpoint, Kirti is eating. There is a Shudhdhatma Bhagwan in the ahar, and they are giving me strong strength on healing me and giving me strength. And that's what the meditation or the focusing on my positivity really helping the Dada's Shakti also. We talked about that a little while ago, long time ago, that how the breathe, how you focus, like you focus when you are doing that you want to see that, then it helping you. It will be right there for you. That's what my experience. Jai Sachidanand.
And that is fine. You see, basically what you're saying is seeing akarta, that will come in the third, fourth Agna, that is fine. The moment you see Shudhdhatmana, so automatically either, in case it's a tricky file, then you can say file has come and see the Shudhdhatma within. And that should help you a lot. It's automatically focused. Okay, food though is giving you strength and all, that's fine. Okay.
But I decided that Dada give me the Shakti. This is what my main focus, that I want to see Shudhdhatma. I want to see them akarta. I want to see that I'm, from my end, I want to, see them as a pure. And that's my determination, my strong desire that really helping me. And another point we talked about that a while ago, that you want to see everything positive. When anything comes in front of you, try to do that. You want to see positive, and that helping me a lot.
Yeah, positive is a different thing. It will definitely help. But seeing them as akartana,
Yes. Yes.
now that is a matter of understanding.
Yeah.
That is a matter of firming up your understanding that everybody is not an independent doer, but a nemitic doer, and hence he or she is a karta and innocent, nirdosh. So that is a matter of firming up your understanding. Whenever you see he did like this or she did like this, then we say no, it was my hisab, my account, and the other person was only an instrument to settle the account, and hence he or she is innocent or nirdosh. So that is putting the right understanding as a countermeasure to the intellect. It is the intellect which shows the other person as doer, because we are used to that, that understanding since our ignorance state before Agna. There is a spillover of that state. So we are now making a constant Purusharth to see that it's part of Vyavasthit, part of my hisab, that the other person is behaving so and so. And because it is part of my hisab or part of Vyavasthit, he or she is innocent or a karta. So that is.
I think after years of following Dada, this is what I'm feeling now, that when you determine, when you make the effort, when you decide, Dada Shakti's Krupas is always flowing. And but you have to believe in your guts, inside, that this is whatever is my result, my karma's result. And I know it's very, sometimes it takes longer, but sometimes after a while, when you are, then it comes clearly, very, it really helping.
That is fine. That is fine. You see, that is slightly away from the Purusharth we had set out to be about the first two Agnas.
Okay.
What you are trying to say is that I have to make effort, I have to ask for Shakti, and I get after so many years. Basically, that is a topic which really falls in the third Agna of Vyavasthit Shakti as a Karta. And then if Vyavasthit is a Karta, the other person is an Akarta, the opposite person. And that struggle of years is because it is the Buddhi who doesn't give up its hold on us. And because of the Buddhi or the intellect, we still continue to feel the other person as the doer, you see. And that is why we have to ask for strength. That is true. Although it is not today's topic, but I just now that we have dealt on it, I'll give you the answer to that. I'll give you the answer to that. The thing is, take time and pause to see events that is happening in your routine life. That some things you have planned to do, some shopping or some major, say, house repairs or painting or some major work, and then you see that thing happens when so many things fall in line. Servant is there, you got the doctor, even your health, you get the appointment in time, the doctor takes the right decision, you get the medicines, then you get cured. Or some house painting work, you follow up with the person, he doesn't come at all, then he comes, and finally the work gets done. So many things come together and that activity gets over, either smoothly or with great difficulty. Both cases will be there.
All right.
So you must take time out and ponder on both type of incidences. One where things have flown very smoothly and nicely,
Right.
and two where things have not gone your way as per your
Okay.
time planning or time schedule.
Okay. Very good.
And
Hmm.
just listen. And when things have gone your way, that means they have been accomplished the way you planned out, then see that this has happened like this because so many evidences or all the factors put together have fallen in place at the appropriate time. You will learn this more from failures. That is, whenever things have not gone your way because of reasons beyond your control, the person didn't come, your phone didn't work, some guest came, whatever.
Hmm.
So then you must ponder over that and realize that when things don't go your way, it gets delayed. That will bring to you a big major realization that for anything to occur, so many evidences have come together. Only then that activity is over. You will learn this from failures.
Well,
Then you have to apply that same understanding to success stories where things go fat, or everything falls in place according to your planning. So then you must remember, oh, I didn't do it because of the favorable circumstances of so many things, that this activity got completed in a time-bound manner. Put that learning into practice when things go your way.
right.
It is not me, it is many other factors put together.
Right.
Now, once that understanding gradually becomes stronger and stronger and stronger by observing it over many such episodes or many such activities,
Right.
you will realize that you are not the doer alone. You are not an independent doer, but so many things come together and things happen. First, you have to realize that you are not an independent doer. Once that realization sets in, I did this and I did that, once there's a big cross on that understanding, then you will also automatically then get a hang of the thing that other person also is not an independent doer. Just as you are not an independent doer, other person similarly, the other person is also not an independent doer. That you will get a hang of it. And once you get a hang of that, then that seeing nirdosh or innocent will be automatically. Effort will not have to be put. Prakriti is separate, Vyavasthit is separate, hence the other person is innocent. That is the result of the enhanced right understanding as per Gnani Purush. An enhanced right understanding as per Gnani Purush. How he has seen the world as a karta. How he has seen the world as nirdosh. That understanding we have to cultivate. From
Yes.
our own experiences, our own jagrati,
Right.
and his principles, of course. So the more we practice more of that, then that effort of seeing nirdosh will gradually reduce. I mean, buddhi may pop up, he did like this, he did like that, it will happen. But immediately the counter solution or the new understanding of a karta will also balance out. That will also come and it will nullify the seeing the other person as faulty. It will be a flip-flop. Two things will happen, but they happen very parallelly and quickly succession. Agnan, buddhi will pop up, see the other person as doshit, immediately the nirdosh based on your hardcore experience. Today, what is happening is we are making an effort to see the other person nirdosh because Dada Bhagwan has said he is nirdosh. We are superimposing his understanding. It is not our understanding. So we have to cultivate that understanding based on our experience and then impose our understanding. Then that will become ingrained into you and it will become an effortless this thing, of seeing Shudhdhatma and seeing other person as nirdosh. Only then it will become effortless, easy.
So you just said that Dada saw everything nirdosh, but I need to be in that position. I have to cultivate that vision. And for
It is
that,
exactly what I told you. I know, I understood what you said that. For that only I told you all this, that first in your personal life, see episodes that have gone right and wrong.
right.
First, you see yourself as the not an independent doer. Then
Right.
only you will be able to do that.
Okay. Hmm.
That is exactly what I told you.
Right. Okay.
The answer
No, I
to your
just want to clarify that. I just want to really understand that one. But thank you so much. But that I will look from that point.
but what I'm saying is, you also practice seeing Shudhdhatma as a conscious effort. Go for a
Right.
walk in your community, as they say in your America, what we also say. And just go or see Shudhdhatma in plants, trees, human beings, or a dog, or whatever that comes on the way, And that is a very good master key to increase our awareness. The other thing that I answered you, seeing others as innocent, is superimposing the right understanding over the wrong understanding that we have been carrying. Now, here, the seeing Shudhdhatma is the focusing of the upyog, The Atma Jagrati is we are focusing. It's a the two are different. I'm trying to just bring out the difference. So both are right. That Purusharth we will do later on. But now, since we are first to Agnas, I suggest that you see the Shudhdhatma. Now that enhanced Jagrati will also help you in the other Purusharth of imposing the right understanding over the wrong understanding, seeing the others as meditation. That will help you over there if you do this. If you do this, it will help you over there. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. Okay.
If the other Purusharth happens, it is all right. I'm not saying stop the other Purusharth.
No.
Continue.
Yes.
But take time out in the day, or at least reasonably days of the week.
Right.
Do this Purusharth. It will help out.
Okay. Very good. Thank you so much.
Bhagwan, you want to add something?
Yeah. Dada has said, anything that happens, our intellect will obviously say spontaneously that the other person is doer. Because we had been relying and listening to our intellect all the time. But with Dada's Agna, we have to see that as Vyavasthit.
Yes.
We are not able to understand that it is Vyavasthit, but we have to consider as Vyavasthit as Dada's third Agna without argument, so that we silent our intellect, or we ignore our intellect, or we go above our intellect. Because Dada has seen it with his total experience. And as we continue doing that, gradually, things will surface in the sense what Dada has said, Vyavasthit means scientific circumstantial evidence. We are judging the other person right or wrong based on circumstantial evidence. Because that's what we see things around. But here what Dada has said, the answer is scientific circumstantial evidence, which the scientific part, which is not visible through our senses, but it is extrasensory. Like how when Mahavir Bhagwan was hurt, in his ears, that suffering immediately showed him that, okay, so many lives back, this mistake was committed, and this is the outcome of that mistake. But the circumstantial evidence was totally different.
Right.
The cowherd guy came and started arguing, and he got mad and he heard Mahavir Bhagwan in his ears, right?
Yes.
So the circumstantial evidence is not the complete answer and right answer. Correct? But we are not able to see that, so Dada said, stick on to my Agna. Why? Because you are suffering.
Yes.
So it is Vyavasthit. Did you understand?
Yes, you have to accept.
We are not arguing, we are not making any judgment. Our judgment is, I am suffering, so it is my fault, the other
Yes.
person is innocent.
Yes.
That's what the third Agnas says.
Yes.
And the moment we see the other person innocent, then our argument or our complaint or any problem with the relative stops, and we are able to see pure soul that this is the relative. By relative, you don't want to see outside, and inside is real pure soul.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
fact, the third Agna, I mean, the other Agna is meant to understand that I am Kirtiben by relative viewpoint.
Huh.
But that we are not able to see that or the other person, that by relative viewpoint, the person is so and so.
Right.
Because his activity part is coming in the way, and it is creating a confusion that why such a thing has happened. So
Right.
here when we see, I mean, when we see things as vyavasthit, meaning this was your vyavasthit because you suffered,
Yeah.
then that portion, the argument will stop, and you will say, okay, by relative, the person is so and so,
Okay.
but the real viewpoint is pure soul,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
as we go further, as our vision becomes open, in the sense all the obstacles go, because Mahavir Bhagwan did not have to do anything, because there were no clouds or any obstacle. The moment he was heard, he could see,
Say it right.
not able to see. Why? Because of the obstruction. So we are not able to see, and our intellect is jumping in,
Yes.
making us make a judgment that the person is at fault.
Right.
If we can see that, then this question will not arise. But we are not able to see. So in the present situation, accept that as your vyavasthit and go further. So as the obstacles go, we'll be able to see. Like
Yes.
if I'm not able to see you now, it is because of this obstacle.
Okay.
I didn't bring the obstacle. Obstacle is karmic result, which is
Yes.
not letting me see, not letting me understand. But when the time comes and the obstacle go away, then it will be very clear.
Right.
You see?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Let that happen.
Let that
But here in the present situation, in the present state, we accept that as we are state and go further. Because that is Dada's Agna. That is his experience. That is his experience, which will not hold us there and make a judgment for that person, not seeing him as innocent, and that is why then we are not able to see pure soul also. Did you understand?
Right.
The idea behind that?
So this is what I'm. That's what my.
If you are not able to see, forget it. What
Yes.
Dada said, third Agna, it is vyavasthit. It is right. The person is innocent.
Yeah. Just.
And go further.
Go. Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes. That will
Jai
help.
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Thank you. Jai Satchidanand.
Okay, Miraben.
Jai Satchidanand,
Jai
Deepakanandji,
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
and Pulinanandji, and all the Mahatmas. Jai Satchidanand. My question is actually, I always tell Deepakanandji, my question always gets answered in satsang even before I ask. But I have a corollary to that question. So, Meera sees everybody as nirdosh. Meera sees herself as nirdosh. This Meera, Meera is not even Meera. Meera is my neighbor. I am Shudhdhatma. But where I have sometimes trouble with Agna 1 and Agna 2 is not what happens to this Meera and not what Meera is nimit for someone else, but when Meera feels bad for something else that happens. So, and I'll take this example. I saw somebody eating meat. They were talking about killing cows and eating meat and all this stuff. And I'm angry this Meera is angry because for me, that is wrong. That is such a opinion that is wrong. So now I have to use the two Agnas to say, no, you cannot make that opinion. It is vivised. You cannot get involved in that thought process. But how can you help me with that, Pulinanandji and Deepakanandji? How can I, when injustice, it's not injustice, maybe it's vivised, but it feels wrong. How do I remain non-judgmental? Do I say it's vivised, this is what we see, and hence Meera should not be having an opinion on those things? Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's partially correct. The very fact that you are saying that it is Meera's opinion that person should not kill cows and eat meat, right? And when someone does it, you get deeply disturbed.
Yes.
So here, the solution is not by any of the Agnas, really speaking. It is basically understanding that Meera or point number one is carrying this belief system. That this your belief system that you cannot eat non-veg. It's not wrong. It is an Indian viewpoint, or the people who are on this little higher elevated spiritual journey. But for others, this is not wrong either.
Correct. Correct.
Because fundamentally, we have to eat a living being. Each living being survives on the other living being. You cannot eat an inert object and get energy. But God has permitted eating one sense organisms, one sense living beings. That is plants, food, and things like that, fruits and things like that, which have only a sense of touch. No other senses have developed. Sense of sight, smell, ears, and so those are permitted for survival. This is for people who want to advance spiritually, that's what. But for people who are on the evolution journey, so for them eating non-veg is not a wrong. It's a viewpoint, it's a belief system for people who have not evolved fully. They're not wrong. They're on the journey, like it's a first standard student and a 10th standard student. Both are students of school. So just because I'm in 10th, I cannot say first standard student is wrong or inferior. So there are people all around the world who have this belief system eating non-veg. So what we have to understand is, because I see an opinion, not an opinion, a belief, ek manyata, that eating meat is okay. And since you hold your belief very firmly and rigidly, so anything that goes against your belief system, you get disturbed. How you can eat meat? It cannot be eaten. How you can kill someone? You cannot kill someone.
Yes.
You are very firmly believe that what you believe is right. And everybody should believe that.
Damn. Correct.
The pain point that is coming to you is because of that. You are disturbed. In Gujarati, we call it pota pano, your design of things, your belief systems, your bundle of beliefs that you carry. So it is your belief that is disturbing you. The moment you just modify that belief, just tweak your belief, just tweak. And not eating non-veg is beneficial, but that is not viewpoint, and viewpoint which is helpful on the moksha marga. But for others, this is also a valid viewpoint for them because they are on the path of evolution.
Correct.
They are right from their viewpoint. So why should I get disturbed when someone holds a different viewpoint? 300
Yes.
the circle is full of 360 degrees. So viewpoints are there from various degrees and angles. Just because I'm at angle 60 does not mean angle 80 is wrong or angle 300 is wrong. Tirthankars and Gnanis were at the center. So they could accept all degree viewpoints.
Correct.
Like you know, if a child, a 6-month child is roaming about in the room without clothes, then you will not feel bad. But if a 15-year-old boy roams about in the clothes, you feel bad, you see. So these are all viewpoints depending on the age. So the Gnani Purush and the enlightened supreme beings are on this center. They understand that this person is saying from this viewpoint, from this degree viewpoint. Muslim is saying from this degree viewpoint, Hindu is saying from this degree viewpoint, Jain is saying from this degree viewpoint. So they accept everybody from their viewpoints. So then, and then they don't get disturbed.
So when Meera gets this judgment, this viewpoint that I'm seeing, and now Shudhdhatma is seeing that viewpoint, saying that Meera has this viewpoint, and it's a strong belief stress system. Do I, as Shudhdhatma, do I only watch and see and let it go?
Ideally speaking, yes.
Okay. Ideally speaking, yes. But since I'm not there, or I am slowly only evolving to that path, how should I say? I should
Now,
just
so
say.
what's the answer is? The answer is, if you are able to see that Meera has got this opinion, Meera has got disturbed because of this opinion, and now if she is letting go of that opinion, then everything is fine. Because
Okay,
you again become equanimous or vidrag.
Huh.
Okay, so
Correct.
that belief that you carried has popped up. The belief has caused disturbance to you, and because you let go of it, you are again back to square one, equanimous.
Okay.
So that is being separate from file number 1 and observing file number 1.
Okay.
That is number 1. Number 2, you could also, there are various solutions to this thing. There's another solution is whosoever is having non-veg, so you can see the Shudhdhatma and also see the packing is different. The packing holds this viewpoint. There's no harm in eating non-veg. You see Shudhdhatma, you see the belief the other person is carrying. You see your belief and just leave it at that.
Okay.
Everybody is right from their viewpoint, na?
It's their viewpoint, and their Shudhdhatma.
Everybody is in its own innate nature.
Yes.
One sentence of Dada Bhagwan in Gujarati.
Yes.
So each being has its own innate nature. No?
Yes.
So accept that. This is the innate of that. Like for example, a lion will go and kill a goat and things like that. So what will you do about that? Dada said, you go in the ocean, a big fish eats the small fish and then eats a small fish. What will you do about that?
No.
The same way it's happening. So just accept that this is the law, this is the nature.
Okay.
Each living creature is governed by its own prakrutik beliefs, dharma.
And as we progress in this, you see that the Meera seeing that there are all these knots of that belief system, those knots are coming out for Meera to know and see and understand that person who's eating this is equally
Correct.
Nildo. That is what I have. Okay. Jai Satchidanand. Now I won't fight this when this thought comes and say, oh my God, I have so many things that come when I have this strong thing. Then I say, oh my God, Meera, you should not think like this. This is wrong. This is this. So there's that. Then there's this, why is this person doing this? This is that. And then all of this is because that knot is bursting up, and Meera has to see, or I, Shudhdhatma, have to see that Meera has this very strong belief, very strong opinion, and that is not in center. That is not centered. That is not correct. That is not the right view. Correct.
Ultimately, we are doing all this Purusharth to reach that state where we observe whatever is happening to file 1, speech or action on a constant basis. Our end objective is to reach that stage of heightened awareness where we are separate from file 1 and observing whatever pops up in file number 1. So this is a step in that direction. Okay.
Okay, Deepakanandji, you want to say something?
You'll always come across, you'll always come across such situations. So, why the lion eats meat and why the cow eats grass? Do you have any answer to that? Can you say why cow should eat meat and lion should eat grass? Is it possible?
No.
But then we have to understand why they are eating. That is in the course of development, we can say that's what they are eating. That's their food. You know one thing, a cat, there are two types of, one is what we say as the rat or mouse, and I don't know what it is called in English. The other is chachundar. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Pulinanandji, do you know what you call chachundar in English? It is a different kind of mouse with big nose.
A big mouth, very big mouth.
No. Chachundar is there with a big nose. Anyway, no, mongoose, it's not mongoose. So the idea is cat doesn't eat chachundar, but it eats mouse. So it's like if a chachundar is going around, the cat doesn't even look at it. But if there is a mouse, she'll pounce on the mouse.
No.
Got it? So, and apart from that, if it comes to you doing anything like that, or you get been asked why are you not eating non-vegetarian food or like that, then don't give any explanation. You have to say I'm allergic to it.
Yeah, I just say I don't eat. Yes.
That's it. But you can't. Can you make the whole world vegetarian? You want to make the whole world vegetarian? Then you'll have to make the lion also vegetarian.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
I mean, not to see anybody negatively, but if someone is eating non-vegetarian food, then we have to understand that this person is a carnivorous person. And someone is vegetarian, then it is herbivorous. Not to make any opinion. Do you understand?
Correct.
Like how you don't argue why lion is eating meat or why cow is eating grass. Do you understand?
Yes.
And the idea is, as you grow spiritually, your food habits and everything changes naturally. Fine? Clear? Are you clear now?
Yes, I am clear. I understand. And
Very
thank you. Jai
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Pure Ben.
Jai Satchidanand, Radni Dada.
Jai Satchidanand.
I want to share my experience. Last 15 days, my family suffer from some medical illness, just like my husband has back pain, my daughter has eye infection, and there was then first day it is start before one day Guru Purnima, Sunday. So Sunday there is no hospitals or no without an emergency there is no chance. So we do something household something and get second day I get we want to doctor check out and check up for the doctors, and then we start some back ache is very simply, there is no complicated. So we cannot expect that it is so serious. And then my husband has decided with his friends that when and which a doctor has to contact. Then as a nurse, my ego is bumper uh, uh, attacking just myself. That is my inner self. uh, I also can help, and I also ask uh, before the night that tomorrow what will we do. Then I did not answer. Then I મારે જમા કરવાનું જે નક્કી કર્યું હતું મેં decided to જમા કરવાનું તો I say my first number file જમા કરી લે. Then second day I go with them. Then some tests and some all the for family formalities completed. Then we came home. Then as my prakriti, I attack or some to tells, some told him, but
Keruven, आप हिंदी just speak in Hindi, okay?
हाँ वो तो फिर मेरी प्रकृति ऐसी अटैकिंग वाली है तो मैं बोले बिना रह नहीं सकती. लेकिन मैंने जमा करने का जो डिसीजन लिया था ना, तो दूसरे दिन मैं गई, लेकिन वहां पे मुझे खुद भी बहुत शांति लगती थी और उनका भी सब काम हो गया. फिर 2-3 डॉक्टर चेंज करना पड़ा. सर्जिकल का भी नहीं था, ऑर्थो का न्यूरो का सब बताना, वो सब टेस्ट वगैरह सब हुआ. तो देन ऑल द टाइम आई सरेंडर टू दादा. दादा તમને સોંપ્યું, દાદા તમને સોંપ્યું. Then 15 days शुक्रवार को उनको जॉब पे जाना था, तो अगले दिन रात को मुझे बोला कि तुमने मेरी बहुत सेवा की. तो और वो भी मतलब मेरे नेचर के विरुद्ध में जाके, अगेंस्ट में जाके. तो मुझे उस वक्त ये लगा कि सच में मैं दादा का ज्ञान प्रैक्टिकल में ला पाई, बिकॉज ऑफ जमा करने का मेरा जो निश्चय था उसकी वजह से मैं वो प्रैक्टिकल में आया. एक्चुअली मैंने ऐसा कुछ सोचा नहीं था कि मैं ऐसे करूंगी या ऐसे नहीं करूंगी. जस्ट सपोर्ट हिम. तो जमा करवाना जो हमारा निश्चय मेरा था, उसकी वजह से ये पॉसिबल हुआ. और ये उस वक्त ऐसा लगता था कि 2-3 दिन में सब खत्म हो जाएगा, लेकिन ये इतना लंबा चला. फिर भी मैं अपनी धीरज रख पाई और जो मतलब पूरा दिन मुझे करना था, वो उनके लिए जो करना था वो सब मैं कर पाई, और वो उसका मुझे आंसर भी मिला. मतलब तो ये मेरा ये एक्सपीरियंस, और मेरा जो कहने का वो जो तात्पर्य है वो ये है कि एक बार हम निश्चय करके फिर दादाजी को बोल के करते हैं तो सब अच्छे से ही होता है. और अगर हम बेस्ट भी करने जाते हैं, लेकिन जब मुझे करना है और मैं अपनी तरफ से सब करती हूँ, तो वो संभाव्य निकाल भी नहीं होता है और उल्टा पड़ता है. मतलब तो वो मैं कर पाई. और दूसरा एक्सपीरियंस मेरा ये रहा कि मुझे कई बार ये प्रश्न होता था कि मैंने ये पहले मुझे 5 तारीख को मुझे ये चीज पसंद थी, अभी 15 तारीख को वही चीज नहीं पसंद है, तो ऐसा क्यों होता है. तो उसका जवाब मैं ढूंढ नहीं पाती थी. तो अभी जब घर पे सब खाना बनाना वो सब होता है, अभी वो बात कर रहे थे ना मीरा की, तो तब मैं वही सोच रही थी. तो मैं बच्चों को कुछ दिन पिग्मी खाता है, कुछ दिन वो पास्ता खाना होता है, कुछ दिन वो खाना होता है. तो मैं जिस दिन अपने हिसाब से बनाऊं उस दिन उनको नहीं खाना होता है, तो दादा को सौंप देती हूँ कि अभी मैं पूछूं ना तो उस टाइम पे वो ऐसे बोलते हैं जो बनाना है वो बना दो, फिर खाने के टाइम पे सब ऐसे आज ये बनाया, इससे अच्छा होता वो बनाना। तो मुझे लगा कि इससे अच्छा होता वो पहले ऑर्डर करते थे, वो ही सही थे कि कम से कम मुझे पता तो चलता था कि मुझे क्या करना है। फिर मुझे अपना ही प्रश्न से याद आया सत्संग देखते देखते कि जो प्रश्न मेरा है वही प्रश्न उसका है, कि जो मुझे 5 तारीख को पसंद है वो 15 तारीख को नहीं है। तो अभी वो ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं ना, वो उसका आंसर में अक्रम विज्ञान से ढूंढ पाई। जय सच्चिदानंद।
સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
ચાલો તો કંઈક બસ સરસ છે અનુભવ તો સારો હતો, ગુડ એક્સપિરિયન્સ, નથિંગ ટુ એડ ઇન ધેટ. ઓકે, આઉટ ટાઈમ 10 વાગી ગયા, 10:15 થયા.
Elizabeth?
Jai Sachidanand. Do we have time for another question, or
Yeah, go
is it
ahead.
like and
We'll take the question.
we do?
Yes.
Pulinanandji, you just touched on this, that if you see Shudhdhatma for 50 minutes, it's followed by bliss, and you called it non-sensory happiness. You just skimmed it. Can you go into it in a little detail?
No, it is a you tried. Basically, it's a matter of experience. You see, it's a matter of experience.
So I thought you would come to that. You can't translate it into words, pretty much.
But I mean, I have experienced it. So, and I did elaborate. Experience will come as a pleasing thoughts, or someone will call you, or you will speak to someone, and it'll be a very sweet conversation, which will make you feel happy. Or some happy thoughts may just pop up, making you feel happy.
Okay.
And I would put it, it's the reflection of the pure bliss state on the Pudgal, or on the body, mind, speech.
Okay.
I'm just putting words into the phenomena.
Correct. Ultimately, it has to be experienced.
It has to be experienced. And at times, even, we may get some insights to some problems, if at all we are carrying, or it may just, we may get an insight into something which you're not able to understand. So there are various ways of fallout of this Purusharth, of happiness.
Okay.
So I normally make it a point whenever such a thing happens that Mahatma should definitely try this Purusharth and experience it firsthand. There is no words to describe that. And my personal inference is that we say, Atma no Vaibhav or Aishwarya, I don't know what you call Aishwarya in English, that
Divinity.
Divinity. Now that extreme divinity of the pure soul is so high, and just this 50 minutes of Purusharth, non-stop Purusharth, can give us a fraction of the divinity, experience of the fraction of the divinity. Were we to remain permanently in that state, what an enhanced divinity it would be. It's a trailer or a glimpse of the power or divinity of the pure soul. The aura.
I can just tell from that. From the expression on your face, I can tell you've tasted that. You're so.
And I just was it was an insight that came to me that if 50 minutes can give this much, can you imagine that we say, I am a source of infinite bliss. What is that Anand Sukh? What is that Aishwarya or divinity? Now, this was, I said, this is one Purusharth which each one of us can experience that divinity of the pure soul.
Excellent.
That will be a motivating factor to remain more in that state.
Exactly. I want that.
And it's very simple. The biggest thing is very simple. Just walk around or sit in a balcony where you see many passers by, or you see trees and things like that in a park or whatever,
Yeah, I walk for at least an hour a day. So to be
Make this,
constantly for that entire hour, you know, is
you can do this. You can make
a
this.
trick.
Whenever you're walking, just see Shudhdhatma in whatever comes, people or
Mhm.
trees or whatever, you know. And I think next Sunday I will have, I'm very sure you will have a very nice experience to narrate.
Will do. The next question, quick question, is for both of you. What is the difference between conscience and prajna?
Conscious, એટલે chitta?
Conscience. My conscience is pricking me. My conscience is telling me, you know, making me feel bad. That in little inner moral compass.
That is when we didn't have Gnana, we had
Right.
this
That's
inner compass.
conscience. Correct.
That conscious, yes. My conscious
Mhm.
bites me.
Mhm.
True, true. That I would put it in Dada's terminology. This is just my guess, huh? It's not Dada has said this. This is my personal guess from little experience that I have. Is I would put it as my sooj, you know, sooj or insight. That
Okay.
darshan, you know, everyone has some sooj or insight, you know, that
Right.
darshan.
Mhm.
So it is that darshan
Mhm.
which bites the person if he's doing something wrong.
Okay.
You know, my conscience bites me means it is holding me from doing something wrong. And that
Mhm.
switch is always on the right side. You know, if anybody who follows that consciousness, he will always be. It is a safe side. Basically, the word
Right.
used by the Bhagwan is any safe side. It is a safe
Mhm.
side. Going
Mhm.
by that conscious or that suj is the safe side of every living creature. Underline
Okay.
every living creature, even dog, animals.
Mhm.
The dog also, you know, he sniffs with, and then he will decide this food is worth eating or not worth eating.
Mhm.
He gets that in. He has that sooj.
Right.
That is the safe side.
Mhm.
So that conscious is the safe side of that individual. It
Mhm.
prevents from doing, not doing, it prevents him from doing anything wrong, or
Okay.
that will harm his interest, or that will
Mhm.
harm his well-being.
Mhm.
So I think what we generally call in colloquial terms as my conscious
Mm.
is that sooj that is operating.
Okay.
That is
And
my understanding.
prajna? And prajna?
Prajna is very simple. Prajna is the direct light of the pure soul.
Correct.
That we get only because of this
After
Akram Gnan.
jnana. After
Ah,
jnana.
because that
Okay.
Gnana brand, one hole is pierced and the the pure soul light comes out of it, which is Prajna.
Mhm.
You know, it's just like a torch which is constantly focused. Anything the ego does wrong, padak kar se will pop up. Hey, you're doing wrong.
Would it be fair to say that conscience is driven by ego? Because you say my conscience pricked me, or I feel bad because I did this. And
No,
prajna is light of Atma.
Agna is light of Atma, that is very clear. There is no doubt
Mhm.
on that. It is the light, direct light of the pure soul. Dada says,
Correct.
your Atma is guiding you means it is a Pragna right now,
Mhm.
which will gradually keep on increasing as we progress in Gnan.
Mhm.
Increasing the volume and the intensity of the Pragna will increase. You know, give very quick this thing results.
Mhm.
Ultimately, when we come Keval Gnan, the Pragna will merge into the pure soul and it's all finished.
Mhm.
So Pragna is very clear.
Mhm.
And this conscious, of course, when we had not got this gone, obviously we are in our ego state that I'm the body or I'm the name bearer.
Mhm.
So it's that ego which is being guided by the conscious, which
Correct.
I think is huge.
Okay.
It's the ego. So that
Okay.
is, yeah, this is where I would put it.
Okay.
Bhagwanji?
Yeah. See, this is like natural instinctive mechanism of every living being. And
Mhm.
specifically what Dada has said, if something goes wrong, this instinctive mechanism immediately cautions you.
Correct.
If you ignore that,
Mhm.
then it will get obstructed. And that
Mhm.
instinctive mechanism will stop working. For
Mhm.
example, if you do anything wrong, your immediately conscious is going to bite you and stop you doing that. But if you
Mhm.
don't respond to that, then it will become blunt. Fine?
Yes. Yes.
Whereas Prajna Shakti is direct outcome of grace of enlightened soul through self-realization, and it is
Mhm.
working actively on behalf of pure soul.
Correct.
It is working actively on behalf of pure soul, cautioning you every time when you lose your vigilance,
Mhm.
when you lose your alertness, when
Mhm.
you are not using pure soul light.
Mhm.
Because that Prajna Shakti, that we'll say the divine pure soul power, active pure soul power, and that pure soul is always there in everyone. It was there even before self-realization.
Correct.
It was acting passively.
Correct.
After self-realization, it is acting
Mhm.
actively.
Actively. Correct.
Yes. And it is cautioning us all the time. So these are the two
Mhm.
differences. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
Like I will just narrate one. Kaviraj Pad is there. पहली बेड़ा चोरी भूलने अंदर नु सत डंखे गणकार्यु तो अटके. Did you understand? On the first instance, everyone's conscious will stop, will will alert the person and stop him doing or her doing anything wrong. But
Mhm.
if you ignore that, then this mechanism becomes blunt.
Correct. Okay.
Quick example: if you're
Mhm.
not eating, sorry, if you're not eating onion garlic,
Mhm.
you will immediately sense it.
Mhm.
If you're eating that day in and day out, then if it is there, I mean, if it is not there or there, you can't make a difference so quick. But
Correct.
one who is not eating, he will find it immediately,
Yes. Yes.
detect it immediately.
Yes.
Yes, Janki, you were saying something.
I'm saying even in Prajna, those Mahatmas who are not alert, who loosely have just taken Gnan because someone has said, and if he doesn't listen to the voice of the Prajna, he's overruled
Mhm.
for whatever reasons by buddhi or just by neglect. Even if repeatedly we don't listen to Prajna, even that volume will diminish, and the volume or the voice of the buddhi or something will go on.
Right.
So, non-listening to the cautionary voice, active or passive, as he said,
Mhm. Mhm.
its effect will diminish.
Yes. I remember Dada
The cautioning
saying that.
effect will reduce. And
Mhm.
again, the ego will take over, the intellect will take over, or our krodman, milo, anger, pride, deceit will take over. Kashayas
Correct.
will take over.
I remember Dada Bhagwan saying, I've lit the lamp in you, now you have to add the ghee and keep it going,
Yes, very much, very much. If you
That
don't
is the
give, if
Purusharth.
you don't practice the Agnas, everything will go away. Jagrati,
Right.
everything.
Thank you. Jai
Okay,
Sachidanand.
very good.
Yes.
Our time is up. Deepakanandji, can you do the mantra, please? Please.
Namo Vitragai,
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Varihantanam,
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam,
Namo Uvajjayanam.
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam,
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam.
Eso Panchanamukaro,
Eso Panchanamukkaro.
Stava Pava Pranasano,
Savva Pavappanasano.
Mangalanam Cha Savesim,
Mangalanam cha Savesim.
Padamam Havai Mangalam,
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Before we go, like Deepakanandji, Pulinanandji will continue with Agna number 1 and 2, right? As observing and come back with experiences.
Yeah.
Okay. Jai Satchidanand, everybody.
Yes.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
I'm going
Satchidanand.
to announce tomorrow's program.